Everybody, so today I wanted to do a tutorial on making this cover that I made earlier today, and I did do a live video sharing a lot of stuff that I worked on here. So I don't have the exact material. Let's see if I can fix that. Oh, I don't have the exact glitter one that I'm going to use, but I have something very similar, and I believe the material is the same. Yeah, it's the same material on the back. So these pieces here are from Hobby Lobby, and I did use a spray adhesive, which, where did I put it? Let me grab it. Hold on. Okay. I'm trying to use it up, so I'm hoping there's enough left in here to do this, because the next time I want to try to use the other spray I've gotten from it is, what's it called, E6000 spray. So I'm turning on my glue gun for later. So okay, I'm just gonna do the cover. I don't know how far how much I'm going to record, but it's really pretty, and I just wanted to share with you because I did the inside with felt. So the inside is with felt, and it's a coordinating color. But I needed to do a second one because I do want to change this out. This is my health and fitness, and this is my daily planner. These are both pocket size. So, alright, hold on. The material that I'm using is this, like a rose gold color. It doesn't tell you the color, but it is from Hobby Lobby. And the number on this, in case you need to look it up online, if seeing they have it there, is 380220. Let me get my glasses on. 380220, yes. It's 8.3 by 11.7. Again, it is from Hobby Lobby. This particular one, I don't know if you could tell, the right here you can kind of see it's got like a stitching in it. It almost looks like snake skin, but all glittered. You know, the pattern that it has. And again, to me it looks like a rose gold. And I'm pairing it with this felt because it's what was in my stash, the closest to coordinate. It is from Walmart, this felt. I also found this one at Walmart. This is the one that went into the other one. So this is from Walmart. They do have some pretty colors, and I just put them together to see how I like how it looks like if I was to open and close it. You will have enough left over to make pockets, and I do use my hot glue to adhere that down. It does work fine when you adhere this to the felt. Although the felt is fibrous, you can peel it apart if you pull hard enough. So so that's what I have. So this again is Walmart, and this is Hobby Lobby. But you can find, I don't know where you can find this stuff anywhere else. I'm sure you can, but this felt is sold everywhere. So just find the color that you want. I do begin with cutting down this part first. I cut this later after I've adhered it. So I do have a large cardboard on my floor behind me where I'm going to spray. I won't be recording that. So let's just get started. I have a mat here, and I'm going to cut this down. I think I only need, I believe this is already 8.5. Oh, it's a little short, so I'm not going to cut it this way. So this part's going to be 8 inches. Alright, so we're going to start this way. I'm going to cut this down to 8.5. Now, do make sure that your piece of material is squared off, because the last one that I used was not, it was off, you know, it wasn't the best cut, so I had to make sure that it was all squared off, you know. So we're just going to move this up now, just enough so I could see the marks here, because I'm going to use this ruler. Now I do use like a non-slip ruler. I found this one at, I want to tell you, I got this at Walmart. So it's got this cork on the bottom to help from slipping. And I'm going to scoot it. I'm going to do it exactly 8.5, even though my other one I was saying that I should have had more. But because this particular insert is not going to be as thick as this one, I don't think. Maybe it will, now that I'm looking at it. But that's okay. I'm going to do it the same size. I didn't mind too much that my pen, I can see it, you know what I mean? You can make this longer so that everything is inside. I kind of like it sticking out. So, but if you want, make it another extra 1/4 of an inch. So 3/4. Where's my middle? Okay, right there. You do, I feel like you should use a rotary cutter for this, or you could just make a line and then cut with your scissors, but just try to make it nice and straight. I'm using a rotary cutter from Hobby Lobby. Okay, I'm making sure that everything is lined up. Okay, and pass it a few times. Oh, maybe not. Okay, that cut a lot easier than the other one. The other one was a little thicker, a little harder to cut because it's all this glitter that we were going through, even though this has glitter too, but it seems to be flatter than this one. I don't know, it just seemed to cut a little harder. So we've got our 8.5 inches. Now we're going to turn it this way and do 6 inch. Okay, again, just check and make sure you're all squared off, and then you can cut. So 6 inches. Now I can't see the numbers there, so we're going to double check. Where's my numbers? Okay, here. Okay, 1. Actually, I'll just look this way. I think this way would be easier. I think it's right there. No, it's off. It's over here. That's the line. Okay, so this is the line that I want to follow. If you have a bigger mat, it would be better. I don't have anything big enough. Actually, I do have a bigger one, but it is under my Cricut right now. But it's a little too big. Okay, so 6 inches. Make sure everything stayed in place. And then cut. Let's see, it's still stuck. See? Just go a couple times if you have to. It's no big deal. So then you have this, and this is going to make, this one here is going to be your pockets. This you can do bows or something out of, which is what I did with mine. Where is it? Here. So put that to the side for now. Alright, so here's your main cover. And now I'm going to take it to the cardboard and spray this completely a few times. Make sure it's completely covered, even around the edges. So make believe I did that, right? Just shake it up or whatever. Spray, 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 spray. Make sure it went all the way around the edges too. And then you're going to lay this down quickly. Well, you got a few minutes. Or few, not minutes, but if you do it, the quicker you do it to put this down, the better it's going to hold. I learned that because if you wait, I think they say to wait 3 minutes for a removable thing. We don't want that. We want it permanent. So the permanent one, you have to do it fast. So you're going to put it down, press really good, let it dry for a few minutes, then you're going to trim that off with your rotary cutter or with scissors, whatever you want. And then you're going to let it sit. And it says with this particular one, I found this at Walmart, by the way. With this particular one, you have to wait, let's see, permanent. Where is it? Oh, over here. Okay, where is it? Here we go. So if you join the pieces together within 15 seconds, it'll be a permanent bond. And then allow it to set at least 1 hour. If you wait 3 to 5 minutes, you know, you let the stickiness sit and then put this down, it will actually be removable. So it's a temporary bond. Just if you need it temporary for whatever reason. So, you know, you press it down, cut it, and then you make your cover. So I'm going to take a pause while I go do that, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I put it down. It hasn't been an hour yet, I'm still kind of pushing down on it. Something on the floor. There it is. So it's down, it's on. Just so you know, it's a strong scent. You do want to make sure it's ventilated room. I do have my fan on. And since I'm not spraying a whole bunch, it was just this little area, I'm not too worried about it. So you just want to make sure it's down. It's very sticky too, you might get it on you, so just make sure, you know, you're not spreading that adhesive everywhere. So I do want to make sure that the edges are down and the center where you're going to be putting your holes. Okay, so now you don't have to wait, you can just start trimming. I'm going to use my blade and ruler again to just trim off the extra while it's still drying. So I don't think it's on the edge, but okay, so I'm going to cut. Let's see if it cut all the way. Yep. And then I'm going to turn it, cut the other side. And again, I'm going to use this extra and make some more little bows, because I did make felt bows too. And I ran it through my, I used a die and ran it through my big kick. Okay. And then I am going to clean this up over here, because this is just a rough edge of, it's the edge of the felt, so it's a little, you know, fuzzy. So we're going to clean that. This is the same thing with the other material. It's going to be the same exact thing if you have it. I just didn't want to use it because I only had one left. I thought I had bought more of that blue one, but I didn't. I thought I did. So next time, next trip, I'm going to look and see if they have them. So okay. That adhesive on here. Okay, so that's that one side. Now we'll do this side here. The only thing it does get into that, as you can see. I tried doing it with scissors, this part here, but I end up, because my hand is not that steady, I end up cutting into the glitter part instead, and it gets crooked. But sometimes you got to do it with scissors if you can't get it. And just be careful not to cut more than you need. Okay. So we have our cover now. I got glitter on here. Let's see if we can get that off. Before I actually start with my pockets, I went ahead and did the holes first for my elastic. So I think I broke it or chipped it a little bit, and it gets caught on stuff, so let me just file that real quick. I'm gonna be putting on my fake nails in a few days. Can't wait, because these are nasty looking. So what I'm gonna do is do some measuring here, even though I hate measuring because I suck at it, but I do want to make sure that I'm centered. So I'm gonna grab a felt pen and mark around, I want to tell you, about 1/4 of an inch from the top down. So this is 8 1/2, right? So instead of 4, you're going to do 4 1/4 for a center hole. Now I don't need that many holes, so I got to remember that. I only need 2 because we're only going to make 2 elastics, or 2. For this one, there's only going to be 2. If you were to do for 4 inserts like this, you're going to want to mark your center. If you're doing this exact measurements, will be 4 1/4. Then you're going to mark another hole 1/4 inch this way to the left and to the right, right and left. So middle is 4 1/4, mark a hole about 1/4 inch down. Then on the 4 inch mark, and then one on the 4 1/2 inch mark, and then you're going to do the same thing to the bottom, and then you're going to mark your center, okay? But I only need 2 holes, right? So my 2 holes are going to be 1/4 inch apart. So here's my center, 4 1/4. I'm moving over 2 little lines, 1 mark, and then my center again, 2 little lines here. So those are where my holes are going to be. I'm only making 2 elastics for 2 inserts. I'm going to turn this over and do the same thing. So if you don't need so many inserts, then you don't need so many holes. Okay, so about 1/4 inch down. This is going to fit 3 1/2 by 5 inch inserts, or 5 1/2. Oh, I hate when I can't remember. The inserts that are from Recollections is the same size, and those are, I had it clipped, but when I moved everything I took out the clips. 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. So the inserts are 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. Okay, so again, the middle is 4 1/4, so we're scooting over 2 inches to the left, 2 lines to the left, and my center 2 lines to the right. So it's about 1/4 inch apart. Now for the middle, what I need to do here is going to be a little bit trickier. I usually can follow that 3rd hole to find my middle, so I am kind of eyeballing a middle here. So I'm looking up and down just to see, and it's 6 inches, so I want to do 3 inch right there for my center hole. Okay, so again, this is just for 2 inserts, which you can actually add to that later on by doing a jump band. That's another day. Alright, so we're just going to punch our holes. I'm using the smallest setting on here. It is 1/8 of an inch. It's a little harder through these materials. And okay, let me do these. And I'm actually moving this just slightly over, not directly on the dot, but like over to the side, but still trying to punch out the dot so that my holes are spaced, you know, that far apart, because the actual dot is there. You see how my hole went that way. I did that on purpose, so I'm not directly on the dot, but this one we're going to do directly on the dot. Okay, so now we have our holes, and you're going to get, because of the fibers of the materials, both of them, sometimes they don't completely come out, so you can just cut them out. I wouldn't pull it out with the felt because that just gets like stringy. Okay, so we got our holes, and we're not going to cut our corners yet, but I am going to do that later. I'm going to round them off. What I'm going to do is my pockets, and I'm going to use this whole piece. I'm going to fold it in half so I get 2 even sides. Let me take this off here. Fold it in half evenly as possible, and then just cut. Okay, now you could take a marker if you want and mark it and then cut. I'm going to do one at a time and just eyeball a shape that I like. A lot of people like it pointy, so you can actually leave it pointed, or just cut a little bit off I just did that, eyeballing it. You do want to put them back to back or front to front because you want to mirror it to the other side. It's not going to be two of the same side. So this is the back, that's the back. Now I'm going to cut the other one just following my other one here. Simple. Okay, it easily cuts with a regular pair of scissors. And now we're going to glue these down with hot glue here and here. You see, the reason why I put my holes, because if you don't know, I already knew, but if you didn't know if you were going to have enough space there, you want to make sure you put your holes first, and then you could trim this down more. If you were going to do 3, these would be further apart, so then you want to make sure there's plenty of space here. You can actually make them shorter if you want, shorter this way. However, you can do it where it's all the way up, or just do it this way here and have it that like that. So it's all up to you. I kind of like the look of this, a little more looking like the actual traveler's notebooks that I sold out there that are very expensive. So now we're going to do one at a time and hot glue this into place. I got my glue gun on. Let me have a sip of water. I talked a lot today. I was live earlier today for like an hour and a half. And it's been a while since I've done, you know, long talky videos. Okay, so we're going to start with the bottom part. We're just going to put a line as thin as possible of hot glue on the bottom and quickly place that down and press. You might have some seepage that can get cut later on with the rotary cutter, and I would use the rotary cutter to cut that off. Okay, so now that's down. Alright, and then we're going to do this side here. And quickly place that down. I usually get seepage up here, so I'll have to clean that up later. Okay, I'll do that later though. And again, you can pull this off. It will take apart the fibers. So yeah, if you were to glue this to this, you would have to use a different type of glue to hold it down together. So this stuff to this, something different. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing with this pocket here. Get myself ready. Just try to make sure that you're lined up. Okay. Now I've done these in the past with, I think the micro size I did with different materials though. I used the rolls, you know, that they have at Hobby Lobby, but this is the first time that I've done it with the felt. And I've had felt for a while. I just, you know, I didn't use it that much, so I thought I would try it out. Okay, so then the same thing here. We're going to do a line going down. I'm a little shaky. Okay, and quickly press that down. I really like pressing it down. That way the hot glue would seep into these fibers, so you have less chances of it pulling apart. Okay, so we've got our pockets in. And actually, I do want to try something. I'll probably will go ahead and run my elastic on this episode. So I know it hasn't been an hour yet, but this stuff is already stuck on nicely, and you would know already if it's going to come apart. It will come apart as you move it around and stuff. So let me trim. I put away the ruler already. Let me trim off, you know, that glue, because there's a little bit of seepage of the hot glue. Okay, and either use the blade or some scissors, but since it's so close, I want to use my blade. You gotta clean the blade too. Just gotta be careful not to cut yourself. I think I got some here too. I'm trying to line it up very closely because I don't want to cut too much of the actual cover. There we go. That's good. It was a little off. Okay, and I think this side was the last one. I'm gonna turn it around. Is it that side? Yeah, that side. Okay, I don't think this one really needed that much, but just to clean it up. Okay, so close this. Alright, I think that's all with the mat. I'm gonna leave this here just so I have a dark background. So I'm gonna do my corners now, and I'm just gonna do that with my scissors. I'm gonna do it very small, like that, not too much, only because it's harder to do this side and I don't want to mess it up, so I just do a small little rounded corner there. I should do it this way. Some glitter comes off in the areas that you cut, but the rest of this doesn't want to come off. This part here did not. There we go. Some parts just didn't come out when I did the trimming. Like right here, I still got a little bit left. So I just gotta be careful not to cut too much. Okay. And did I do all 4 corners already? I did. Okay. I'll do it this way because the little fibers there. Alright, so I think we're done with that now. Okay. So we've got our pockets in, and we've got our holes, and we've rounded our corners. So now we're going to add elastic. Now I don't know, I haven't picked one out yet, but look at how cute that already looks in this color. Let me see. Probably, let's see how the white looks on here. Let's see if I want to do the white, or I'm not going to do pink because my other one is already pink, and yeah, I don't like that one. The only other colors that I have is silver, gold, and black. I don't think those will go well. But let me see. I'm gonna go with the white. Okay, so what I was gonna try, if I can find my wire, which I didn't think about this earlier, I wish I did, is I was mentioning in my live video how I want to get like some kind of a big needle threader for this type of stuff. I've seen planner girls using them when they order extra elastic for their TNs. So one of my viewers suggested wire, and I don't know where my wire is right now. Let's see if I can find it. I think she used it. She threaded. Oh, here we go. So let's try it out on camera, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to edit it out. I'm not live right now, so so we're going to try that. We're going to thread. We're going to make a needle out of wire. Let's see. I'm just going to use this stuff. I think this will be fine. I don't want to use the colored wire. That's too thick. I don't even know why I have this wire. I think I was doing something with it in the past, but let's just try this. And here's the, I'm just gonna cut a decent amount. Alright, so we're gonna go with the white. And this is pretty thick. It's actually thicker, I think, than the pink one, if I'm not mistaken. So I do have a certain amount to cut. I have it written down so that we don't waste. It's usually a little more than what I need, but I like to have that extra just in case. So let me look it up. I need to keep it open on that page. Let me get my clip. Alright, here, now I can put my clip in. It's one of the things that I forgot to do when I was live, is put these clips that I found at Target. So we need, I keep putting that ruler away and I need it. So we need about 28 inches. It's actually less, but it gives you enough to make a knot with, you know, if you got fumbly fingers like I do. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. That will be for the inserts. Oh no, I don't need 28. Darn, I already cut too much. I need less. So before I cut that other one for the middle, we're going to find out how much we need for just two, because this is only half of what I need. So we run this through here. So this is how I figure it out when I don't know how much. I put my elastic past my hole about, I don't know, 2 inches, 1.5 inches, and I kind of just hold it where it's going to run through the holes. So that's one. And then it's going to go here and then here. So it's only 2. So I probably have enough here for the middle, or for the closure. So let's cut that and find out if this is enough for just 2. And it's about 14 inches, 14 1/4. So okay, let's try it. Let's just say that this is a needle, and okay, my hands, see, this hurts. They don't want to, here we go, that's better. I gotta do with my left. I'm gonna have to learn how to use my left hand more often, or more. Let's see, I probably did it too long, but you know what, I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm sure somebody's doing this on YouTube. Okay, so here's our makeshift needle, right? Maybe I'll do that. Okay, let's see if this works. So I'm gonna start over here, run this through. Hey, that works. And okay, so now I gotta take it off because I need to pull the other side. Alright, we're going to pass the hole and run it through again. Okay, now I think I got it. And run that through that hole, and then through this hole. And remember, we're only doing 2, so you don't have to run it so many times. And through this hole, and we are done. Yay, that worked. Thank you so much. I wish I remember which one of you did it, but I'm sure you're watching, so thank you. So yeah, what did I say? I forgot. 9, I think it was 14 inches. Yes, 14 inches and 1/4. Let me write that down. Gonna put it here. Inches. Okay, so for 2 inserts, you only need 14 1/4 inch elastic. So we just learned that now. And tie it up. You do want that extra 1/4 because, see, I have I feel like I have huge fingers even though they're really not that big, but when I'm trying to tie this, it's just difficult. So I like to have that extra. You can burn these. I don't always say that, but burn the ends with a match or a lighter so that you don't get all that fraying. These particular elastics do fray a lot. I don't care. It's never going to really show because it's always inside, behind the books. Alright, and then I had this extra one, and for this one, what I'm going to do is just see if I have enough first, because it's going to be for what I have in here. So it's about, oh awesome, it's perfect. Okay, so for about the amount of stuff that I have, it's another 14 inches. So that was half. I think I'm done with this. Alright. It's been 30 something minutes. And this is pretty much dry, even though I still have another close to half an hour left. What I'm gonna do is first off make sure that it's snug. I'm not gonna completely tighten it, but I think it already got tight. I want to leave it kind of loose. I don't like to tighten it completely until I get my inserts in. And alright, so it's not completely tied up tight yet, so we're going to move in now. This is my health and fitness stuff. Moving in to my new planner, my new cover. Close her up. Check how tight this is. I want it to be tight enough. Okay, so now I'm going to, whoops, tighten this. I'm going to pull this knot back so it's even shorter and tighten it. This stuff does stretch out enough, so, and then cut the extra and pull, and hopefully we're good. Yep, and there we go. There it is. So now I just got to move over my stuff. I will probably just put this on here for now until I pick another dangle, if I can get it off. Look at how pretty that looks. Okay. And there. So we have another planner. It was super easy and quick to make. And here are my two. Look at how sparkly. Oh my. I think they kind of go together. Very, very pretty. They're almost the same thickness, actually. I will, change out some stuff. I still have the cards that I had here. Let's see how my pocket works. It's actually a little thinner. So I have, see, a nice pocket here, and it's not coming out. And the other one here, although I probably might just clip that there, but for now I'm just gonna put that down. I'm going to switch out to some rose gold. I have some rose gold paper. I'll be doing that later. But there you go, using Walmart and Hobby Lobby material. Got me some new pocket size TN covers. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.